Hello everyone, Emily here. I'm going to start another blanket. I finished my double crochet blanket and I wanted to do something a little bit special to it, so I'll come back when I've decided what I'm going to do. Maybe make an applique or get something to just set it off for my granddaughter for Christmas. So I have 5 skeins of this variegated black, white, and gray. It is 100% acrylic yarn. I got it at Walmart. It is Mainstay, and it is a 4 weight, excuse me, and it suggests that you use a 5.5 hook, and I'm going to use a 5.0 just because I want my stitches to be really nice and tight. I want it to be a nice throw for when you're sitting in your chair, when you're watching TV, all that good stuff. So my double crochet blanket, I did 100 stitches this way, and it was more than enough. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do 100 single crochets, and I have my yarn on my hook, and I'm just going to grab my yarn and bring it through. And I'm not going to pull it tight because we'll be going back in those stitches. So I like to move my finger up as I'm doing it, and that helps me to keep my stitches the same, and I'm not pulling them tight. So I'm going to do 100 of those, and then I'm going to turn and start doing my pattern. So go ahead and make yours as long as you want, or you could make it as wide as you want, or you can make it as long as you want and work back and forth until you get the right width. So I chained 150 because 100 just didn't seem long enough. I guess this yarn is not as thick as the other yarn I used for the double crochet, because this is only 4 weight and the double crochet was a 5. So I chained 150, and I am going to put my finger right here on the 150th stitch. Look at, I pulled it way too tight. I'm going to do that last chain. Okay, so that's my 150th stitch. Now I'm going to chain 2. And what I want to do is I'm going to do, like, I want to call it a shell stitch. So I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to go into where I had my finger, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets. That's one of them. I'm going to do another one in the exact same opening. That's 2. And I'm going to chain 2. And then I'm going to do a single crochet in that same opening. That's going to be my repeat row. So now we're going to skip 2. We're going to go into that 3rd chain. We're going to do 2 double crochets. Chain 2. And a single crochet in the same opening. Now this is what we're going to do all the way across to the end, and then we'll turn around and we'll start coming back. So we're going to skip 2. 1, 2. Go into the 3rd one. And this yarn is a lot thinner than the other yarn that I used, that Premier. Yarn over, I'm going to skip 2. Go into the 3rd one. We're going to do 2 double crochets. I have 5 skeins of this yarn, so I'll see how far I get. I do think I'll probably have to buy some more, but 1, 2, skip 2, go into the 3rd one. No problem. I like this Mainstay. It's really reasonable priced here in Des Moines, Iowa at Walmart. They did, chain 2. They did raise the price of it a little bit. I think when it first came out it was $2. Then it went to $2.50. 1, 2, go on to the 3rd. Now it's like $2.57. I think the variegated is a little bit more than the solid colors. But you know, once people started buying it and they figured out that people liked it, then they raised the price just like they do everything else. This is such a pretty pattern. I really am interested to see how this variegated is going to look once I get a ways down, get a little bit done. But this is such, for me, such a retro pattern. When I see this stitch, I just think of old fashioned and beauty, because I think this is probably one of the most basic stitches out there. When I was younger learning, I think this was one of the first ones that I learned how to do, besides the single and the double crochet. And I'm still learning. I don't even know how old I was. Gosh, must have been 18 before I even knew what a half double crochet was. Way back when I was younger, of course, we didn't have YouTube and that way to learn. So if you didn't know anyone that knew how to crochet, then you didn't have any way of learning new stitches. So this is coming out pretty good. So we're going to skip 2, go to the third one. You're going to do 2 double crochets in the same stitch, chain 2, do a single crochet. You're going to skip 2, go into the third one, double crochet, double crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. So just do that all the way to the end. So I'm here at the end, and I did 150. So I'm going to skip 2 and go into the third one. Do my double crochet, another double crochet in the same stitch. I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to do a single crochet. And that's going to be my last stitch, because I have 2 left. So I can take this out and take those 2 off, or I can just bury it like that when I bury my tail. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to chain 2 and turn my work. And we skipped 2, so this is not going to be too tight. It's going to be really nice. It has plenty of room and space here. So you can see here that our openings are right here in the front. They're facing our hook. And when we go down the other way and we turn around, they're going to face our hook once again. So I chain 2 here. I'm going to yarn over, and we're going to go into this opening of where we chained 2 the previous round. We're going to do 2 double crochets. We're going to do the same pattern we did the last row. Chain 2. We're going to go into that same opening and do a single crochet. And ta-da! We did a really nice little shell stitch. So we're going to do the same thing in the next one. We're going to yarn over and go right into that next opening. We're going to do 2 double crochets. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to single crochet in that opening. The openings are not hard to see. Okay, you're looking at it. There's your chain 2 opening, your chain 2 opening from the previous round. And those are the ones you're going to go into. You're just going to keep doing this all the way to the end, and then you're going to turn and do it again. And you're just going to keep doing this until you reach how big you want your blanket to be. Yep. pretty. I'm interested to see how these colors turn out. I like this variegated yarn because the colors, it's not like you have like 2 feet of one color, because these are a little bit of black, a little bit of gray, and it just changes really quickly. And I really like that about this yarn. So we're going to go into the next one, and I will see you at the end. So I'm here at the end. I have my last chain 2 opening here to go into. So I'm going to do my double crochet, double crochet, I'm going to chain 2, do my single crochet, I'm going to chain 2, I'm going to turn my work, I'm going to go into this first opening. You can see your openings again. Okay. And we're going to go into this first one and do our cluster, which is 2 double crochets. Oops. I'm going to do that one over. So I have 1 double crochet. Going to do my second. I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to do a single crochet. And that's going to be my repeat all the way across, and then I'll turn it. I'm just going to keep going back and forth until my blanket is done. Isn't it pretty? So let's do one more. We're going to do a double crochet, a double crochet, we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet in the same, and that's going to be your repeat all the way across. So this is going to be really pretty. This is a really easy pattern. Just keep on going. When you come to the end, you're just going to chain 2, turn, go into that first opening, and you're going to continue to do your pattern. Double crochet, chain 2, and a chain 1. I have gone and crocheted both of my skeins that I had. I went to go look for my other skeins that I had, and they were a different color. So apparently I did not buy the same color. So I'm going to have to go back to Walmart and buy me some more. So this is that beautiful black, silver, and white. I used 2 skeins. So my first skein did 15 rows, and my second skein did exactly the same. It almost completed the 15 rows. It's just short a little bit. So I'm going to have to go back to Walmart and buy some more. And I have a helper here today, my granddaughter. So she measured it. I did 150 stitches, and then I chained 2 and turned and started doing my shells. And so it is 47 inches long. Now she's going to measure it from the top to the bottom. But it's absolutely beautiful. Look at how pretty. I just think that the variegated is awesome. So she's going to put the top there, and she's going to measure it. So 2 skeins gave us a little over 14 inches. So I might go buy 6 more. So we might do 6 more skeins. I don't know. I'll see. But I will definitely come back and give you an update. But isn't this absolutely beautiful? I just absolutely love it. And you can see these little shells. And I am making another blanket that is almost exact same. I started this one a while back. Now this is a baby blanket. And can you get me a skein? on my thing. One of the blue or white ones, honey. So you can see this is the same shell stitch. The difference is that when I turn, I do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and then I'm only chaining 1 and then doing my single crochet, and that's my repeat. And the other one I was chaining 2, but I only chained 1 in this one because I wanted it to be a lot tighter. I am using their Bernat Baby Sport, so I'm just doing blue and white. So you can see my pattern here. Got a whole bunch of blue, a little bit, and now I'm doing some more blue and white, and I'm going to start with blue again. So this pattern you could use a lot of different ways, but this one's absolutely beautiful also. And the only difference with this yarn, since it was so thin, is I used a 3.5 needle, and I only chained 1. This one I used the 5.0, and it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm really happy with both of these. I'm going to continue to work on them, but I wanted to share it with you, and I will definitely come back and do an update when they're finished. So have a great day. Thank you to my granddaughter for helping me, and I'll be back soon. Bye.